I jumped right into questions without doing the whole rigmarole into questions.
That's all good.
But we've been sprinkling questions everywhere.
Yeah.
Guys, each and every week, we go over to facebook.com/groups/nerdcavenetwork.
Oh my god.
And Robbie is dying in front of your eyes. I didn't kill him. See, my hands are up here.
It's the crap you get when you yawn sometimes. Just carry on.
Yep. So you can go over there. We post each and every week asking for your questions, your topics, and you put them there. And this is where we're getting them from. Okay?
Yeah.
So, Derek Daniel asks, thoughts on Battlefront 2 pulling a Titanfall 2 and adding a story for this installment, and the fact that it'll be covering multiple eras, including The Force Awakens and Rogue One.
Love it.
That it needed to be in the first one.
Yep.
It needed to happen.
I think a lot of it was the industry was going in this direction of, multiplayer is where everything's at. That's where most people spend their time, and that's, you saw Evolve do it, then you saw Titanfall do it, and you saw all of these other products, and then you saw them die really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And then they're like, the only one that's doing well that's done that has been Overwatch. Battleborn died. There's several of them that did, Battlefront, I think, did well because it was Star Wars.
Yeah,
That helps a lot.
I think that was why it did well for a while. Overwatch, being a Blizzard product, does really well because there's so many people that love Blizzard, and it's a good game.
Yeah.
I hate saying it, but it is a good game. Okay, so them actually adding in that element is what everyone was griping and complaining about before they even launched the game, that we needed this. I hope there's a conquest mode. I hope there's a story mode. I hope that you get to see all these iconic moments again with all those amazing graphics, because Battlefront was probably one of the best looking games that I've seen in a very long time. Like through and through, like character models, everything, environments. Still a beautiful game. 2 years old, I want to say.
And that's one thing. I'm
50,
super excited that they're having the story, but I would also like to see the Galactic Conquest, like you were talking about, where we can go to the planets and everything, and you and your friends having a battle. I know you can't do much more of like on the LAN parties now, but you could open it up to like an online multiplayer.
Yeah,
because that's another thing that everybody was really, really wanting. Because I know me and Brett used to play that all the time when we'd go over to his house and stuff like that. And that was one of the more fun times I've had playing Battlefront.
You could even do it like how For Honor is doing right now. You could break up into different factions.
Yeah.
And, you could have like the people that want to play the prequels, whatever. Or you could have it in season where half the time you're playing as the prequel factions.
And then
switch over to that. And then you could even have the Resistance and the First Order, so you could have 3 different things that you could do. And then each season or whatever, I'm borrowing for Honor, like you're taking over territories and like you're fighting and you're trying to do that. That would be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And that could be a multiplayer aspect. And then you could also have it where, like, if I wanted to take over the galaxy, then I pick whatever faction, whatever timeline I want to play in, and then I just go through it the whole time. What would be very interesting is, since they're doing the timelines, what would be cool as a game mode is to mix the timelines.
Yeah.
Like have the stormtroopers versus the clone troopers, or have the the rebels versus the
Separatists.
The separatists. I was going to say CIS or whatever their moniker was, but the separatists. Like, it'd be interesting to see like it cross.
Yeah.
So I would like to see that. What are your thoughts, Derek?
I mean, I agree with all of that. I think a story mode is necessary. It was the major thing that was missing from the first one. I would be very interested if they did maybe like some what-if stories, because they did this in the comic series. I think it was called like Star Wars Infinity or something like that, where they would take one detail and change it. So say there's a cutscene where Luke shoots the proton torpedo, but it doesn't destroy the Death Star. What happens after that? Something happens in Empire Strikes Back. How do the rebels react to it? I think doing something like that, you can expand on much more than just one central story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. They have a lot to work with. This is a franchise that has a ton of lore, so it would be really awesome to see. Derek also asked, thoughts and rumors that may be another Batman Arkham game. IGN France posted a save the date, and it had March 8th and the WB logo in the same color palette as the Arkham Origins logo. It'll obviously be developed by Warner Brothers Montreal, the people who made Origins, but the rumor, the longest time that it'll be involved, Damian Wayne. We have a month to find out, but I just want your initial thoughts.
As in son of Batman, Damian Wayne?
No. That's his daughter.
I always get those two mixed up.
Yeah.
That would be very interesting because we haven't really had a game where you play as Damian, have we?
No. It'd be interesting. That would mean if it is a prequel before Arkham City, that Talia al Ghul is not dead.
Yeah.
Because she gets killed in Arkham City. If you didn't play it, then you're just screwed, okay? They'll be, there's spoiler stuff in this. She died, okay? There you go.
Why not this? Why not do a Batman Beyond game?
Oh, that'd be awesome. They did have a skin for... No, that's not Batman Beyond. That's
For
animated-
Terry's Batsuit?
animated series.
Why did I go to animated?
Yeah, they had a skin.
Oh, that's
in,
cool.
Night for him. It was pretty cool.
And why not?
I think it would be awesome. Different timeline, be able to use the villains that were in that show. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But if they do the Damian Wayne thing, I think it'd be cool. You know, is he going to be Batman? Is it going to be like a future thing? I would love to see Dick be Batman. See him take up the mantle and do the gas. No. What was it? The Gates of Gotham. That would be a really cool storyline to see. So I can't wait to see it. I hope it is another game. Maybe a Justice League game. Cool.
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
Moving on. Derek also says there's also supposed leaks of Far Cry 5 floating around, according to the news source via European GameStop, showing up for a reserve their computer, regardless of how true this might be. And Ubisoft saying a few months ago that they could go through 2017 without releasing a Far Cry or an Assassin's Creed game. Where would you like Far Cry 5 to take place as the last three games have been set in the Stone Age, Himalayas, and tropical islands of New Guinea? So where would y'all want it to be placed? And do you... Yeah.
I'll be honest. I don't care about Far Cry.
I know nothing about the series or anything, so...
Space. I'd like it to be in space.
Yeah, I mean...
It went to Stone Age. Let's take it to space.
Well, everything's better in space.
Blood Dragon was really, really cool. It was the DLC for Far Cry 3. Like this 80s, just 80s action movie. I thought that was an awesome piece of DLC. So if they did something that was along the lines of that, was it 3? Awesome, I got it right.
Gotcha.
So, I got fact checker over there. This is like the presidential debate. So I would like something along that lines. It doesn't necessarily have to be all serious and all of that, and that's not necessarily Far Cry. Do something cool, do something fun, And if it's not Far Cry 5, if it's like Far Cry Primal, but it's like Far Cry Deep Space,
Spies.
It's just Tim Curry, just spies. It'd be interesting. I doubt that Far Cry 5 will come out this year.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
It looks like a cool game.
They have For Honor. They have Ghost Recon Wetlands.
They have enough.
In 2 months.
Yeah.
In 2 months, like February 14th.
Ubisoft needs
For Honor.
a little time to relax after this.
And 2 betas are going on at the same time. I don't know what you're doing over there, Ubisoft, but you need better planning.
But I like it. I mean,
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
as long as they're doing it right.
Give me a review copy, please. That's all I'm saying.
Your mom calling you.
Yeah, my mother's calling me.
Anytime he gets a call on the podcast, we know it's
my mother.
Mother Teresa.
I'll call her back in a minute. We're almost done here. Nick asks, what's your favorite Super Bowl foods? Since the Super Bowl is tonight.
Is it?
No.
Buffalo chicken dip.
I actually agree with you.
buffalo chicken dip.
We agree.
Yeah.
Oh, Derek.
Oh,
Shucks. But and all with our inability to break down the lactose and the stuff, it's I live by the buffalo chicken dip and I die by the buffalo chicken dip. So I'll be living in about an hour, but about 3 I will be dying.
Food.
Hot
Chips,
dogs,
chips. Gotta have chips.
Yeah.
French onion dip. Good French onion dip, not like the cheap.
the Frisco's cheap.
The cheap stuff. Like you gotta have good French onion dip.
It's the best choice.
No. I'm a hamburger. I'm a simple
He's
man.
American.
I'm a man of simple needs. So yeah, I'm not picky on that kind of stuff. And plus, I don't get invited to Super Bowl parties. So hit, fools. It's okay. I'm not going to watch a Super Bowl anyway. Nick also asked, any Super Bowl traditions? Not watching them.
I mean, I'm usually, year
Smoke a
in and
bowl
year
or two.
I love to smoke a bowl.
Yeah.
I get me some of that nice.
I'm going to take that clip. Blackmail.
Blast that all through Central High School.
Oh yeah, Mr. Rawls, we need to talk.
This is an intervention.
No, I really don't have any set traditions because I'm usually, it changes yearly where I go to watch the Super Bowl. There's been times that I've watched it at house. There was a year when I purchased NFL Mobile and I watched it while I was in college working at McDonald's. Like I put it on top of the tray, making people sandwiches, and I had people behind me. We were all watching the Super Bowl in the kitchen. So no real tradition, but I know we used to probably when we'd go over to the Sassers or anywhere, we'd always throw the football. So I guess that's the closest thing to a tradition.
Yeah, the past couple of years I've watched the Super Bowl with the same core group of friends, but it's always been a different location, and we're doing the same thing this year. So
here's my question. I didn't put it in the comments or anything.
Oh, that's blasphemy.
Why in the world are people putting out Super Bowl commercials before the Super Bowl? That's what gets me.
Yeah.
Like the whole point of the Super Bowl is these awesome commercials, but we're getting them weeks in advance.
I know the Transformers one got leaked, so they decided to just officially release that one. So that one I get. But yeah, I'm seeing more and more on Facebook today. Oh, watch this Super Bowl commercial.
I think it's dumb because that ruins. That's like if we saw half of Lady Gaga's halftime performance. I mean, it ruins some things that people enjoy during the Super Bowl. I enjoy the entire thing as a whole. Enjoy the game. I enjoy laughing at the commercials like Puppy Monkey Baby. I'm glad I didn't see that early because I died of laughter when I saw the little Puppy Monkey Baby.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
I hate that they're doing it. They need to kind of chill with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we were growing up, that was one of the best parts of the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you go to work the next day or school the next day, that was the topic of discussion was the Super Bowl commercials
all day.
Yeah, and if you missed one of them because you went to the bathroom, then you're SOL.
Yep.
So I find it ridiculous. Yeah. It just kind of takes away one piece of what makes the Super Bowl the Super Bowl.
I agree.
Yeah.
But that's from a consumer point of view, not the people that are actually marketing. So they're wanting to get out in front of many people as they can.
True.
And then the last question comes from Nick Caputo. What is your ideal day off? What do you do on your ideal day off?
Sleeping in is key.
I agree. Usually I'm up. I have to be up for school by 5 o'clock. So sleeping in till about 8 o'clock feels like a major accomplishment.
I'm in the same boat as you.
And I feel like such an old man because my body does not let me sleep past that.
Mm-hmm.
That and just having a day where I can go hang out with a friend, maybe go get something to eat, and then just chill.
Sit in
read
La
a book,
Hacienda for 6 hours.
6 hours, and then get up and realize you can't walk and your bladder's so full and you just pee for like 5 minutes straight. That's still my longest time I've ever spent. In a
Same
restaurant.
here.
But being able to play games, just relax.
Yeah.
Yep. Sleeping in, watching Netflix, and pizza delivery.
Mine kind of depends on why I'm not at work, because I have work every day. It seems like, sleeping in some is always awesome. When I have extended days off, like weeks or whatever, I tend not to sleep in as much as I would if it was a singular day. Try to play as much video games. Like there was one day during we finished the last competition, I took the next Monday off and played through the rest of Uncharted. That was my plan for that day. I was like, I'm gonna just stay home and play through Uncharted and then go back next day. And of course, getting something good to eat.
You're right.
And then it kind of depends on what needs to be done with all of this. If I need to create a video or whatever. So it really depends on what is going on around everything. But yeah, that's about it. And there you have it.
Episode 196.
In the books. Guys, if you want it early, if you're listening to it now, you're probably a little late. It's probably Thursday at this point, unless you are over at patreon.com/nerdcave, where you can get everything early there. Starts with $1 simple dollar.
$1 simple dollar.
Not a complicated one. A simple one.
Yep. Guys, you can also go over to youtube.com/nerdcave network, and day by day, topic by topic, you can get your awesome Nerdcave podcasts fixed. Fixed, not fixed. Yeah, like robbing.
We're not broken.
Robbing his bowl over there. Day by day, we break it up topic by topic for free over there, and facebook.com/nerdcave network. And Friday, it comes out for everybody else that didn't want to pay. That's okay. We understand. Not really. You can get it over there, youtube.com, Nerdcave network, or podcast services around.
Yeah. We
world.
have all kinds of different podcasts that we put out throughout the week.
Derek's just like we're going to finish this up.
Yeah. I know every Monday we have Nerd Cave Retro, where we discuss retro gaming. Tuesday is my solo show, The Derek Diamond Experience. On Wednesdays, during football season, we have Fantasy Football for Nerds with myself and Robbie.
Sprinkled throughout the offseason.
Yeah, sprinkled throughout the offseason. Thursday, we have our wrestling podcast, Battle of the Brands. Friday is this show, the Nerd Cave Podcast. And on Saturdays, we have our friends over at the Pop Culture Palette. And all those shows are available on all podcasting platforms.
Do I say anything?
Social media.
Social media. Guys, we are all over social media, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, and, of course, the biggest one, Facebook. We have great Facebook groups where our group, not plural, one group, where we have tons and tons of great interaction with, you guys, and it's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just search for Nerd Cave, and we're there. And we're Nerd Cave Vids on Instagram, and then Nerd Cave Vids on Twitter as well.
Yep. Each week, guys, I'm pretty much setting up my streaming times now. Everything's kind of calming down. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to start streaming about 8 o'clock. We're doing Resident Evil right now. The next game up is going to be Horizon Zero Dawn.
The only reason I want to get a PlayStation.
Yep. So,
Are you about to say the closing line? Or?
No. Okay. Been enjoying hanging out with everybody on the live streams.
Yeah.
It makes Resident Evil so much more fun and slightly less scary.
Okay. Slightly. I've seen you jump quite a few times.
It's not scary. It's just very slightly not scary. As scary. So,
but in the immortal words of Forrest Gump, I got to go pay.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been Zach.
Derek?
And Robbie.
Have a week.